Not Broke fam, thank you for tuning back into the channel. Please hit that like button, that subscribe button. We're on the road to 20,000 subscribers. Each and every subscription helps. Hit that button. Cheap Not Broke fam, it's Monday. We're back at it. Another day, another week. Thank y'all for tuning back into the channel. Please hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button, please. And thank you. Thank you very much. We are at 1,457 subscribers. Hey, that's a long way from where we were. Because one day I was at 0. Now I got a lot of people subscribed. So yay, great, awesome, perfect, terrific. Great. So, boom. Tonight's topic. What are we talking about tonight? This is a conversation I had. I was having a conversation with somebody over the weekend. I thought this would be something good to discuss. High school education, valuable or outdated? Now, put some perspective on this. I'm not saying your high school education is outdated as in if you don't need one. No. I'm saying how valuable is your high school education if you decide not to go to college? Do people still hire people just out of high school, train them, and they go off and have great careers? Do they still do that? Can you still find a good job with a high school diploma? Can you still make that money? Can you still make good money with a high school education? Well, let's talk about it tonight. That's what I want to talk about because it is time for graduation. A lot of children, a lot of kids are graduating from school. And look, everybody's not going to college. That's just not realistic. Everybody ain't going to college. Some people are going to go find a job. Some people are going to hang out for a year and do nothing. Some people are going to go to the military. But it's only so many options you got. It's not like 10 of them. It's not 10. You know, some people might go work for the family business. But you got to go to work. You got to go to school. One or two. You got to go to work. You got to go to school. That's it. You got to go to work. Or you got to school. That's it. Military, work. College, school. Trade school, work. Everything. Whatever it is, whatever type of training you're doing, it's going to lead to some type of training or whatever the case may be. Then you're going to work. But do they hire people out of high school anymore? You know, and I always ask myself, now that I'm out of school and I think back on it, what the hell is some of that stuff they teach you? Like, how does this stuff have any effect on my adult life? How does this stuff affect my adult life? Let me know. I'm just trying to figure it out. Like math, all the maths in high school. I feel like now as an adult, they don't do nothing for you. You don't get nothing. You don't get nothing out of that. It's just math. It's just a bunch of stuff. You just doing a bunch of math and a bunch of equations. But as an adult, I can't use this. I spent all this time learning this stuff, and I can't use it. Some of the stuff I needed to learn, you didn't teach me. But before we get deeper into that, earnings, education and earnings. How much does a particular person earn with a particular type of education? This is what they always say. Let's see. High school diploma, $853 a week, $44,000 a year. Associate's degree, $1,000 a week, $52,000 a year. Bachelor's degree, $1,432. Gotta show your teeth. $74,500 a year. No high school education. No high school diploma. $682 per week. $35,000 a year. Now, takeaway: high school grads earn about 25% more than those without a diploma, but significantly less than those with higher education or trade certificates. Let's talk about that for a second. Let's run that back again. High school diploma, $44,000. Associate's degree, $52,000. Bachelor's degree, $74,000. No diploma, $35,000. Now, we've all known some people who are famous, big time, who've shattered that. Somebody that has no high school diploma became a millionaire, so forth and so on. You know, somebody who has a college degree who's broke and don't have nowhere to stay. We know all that. Hello, Mr. Hall. How are you feeling? I'm feeling good, Mr. Hall. How are you? How are you, Mr. Hall? Thank you for watching. You are always appreciated. Thank you. High school education. Yeah, look. Yeah, you know somebody with a high school education that's, made it to the top, and somebody with a college education in a minute. I think it's a conglomerate of things. Number one, if you know the right people, you can make all the money in the world. Who cares? Who cares what kind of education you got? If you know the right people and they put you in place, you can make money. So, education, it matters to a certain extent. I believe education matters if you're going to go into a particular profession. But some people, the stars going to line up for them, and they just hit it big and make it out. It is what it is. Some people work for companies, start at the ground floor, at the bottom, at the very bottom, and then make their way to the top. You've heard about people who've started in the mailroom and became CEO, became president, all these other things. That's not based on your education. That's based on people liking you. That's people liking you. You get promoted and move up the chain, people liking you. That ain't got nothing to do with no education. No, sir. Education gets you hired, but it doesn't get you promoted. It doesn't get you promoted. Not at all. Hello, son. Hello, Mom. My mom's watching. Hey, Mom. Thank you for watching. What about that? What about a master's degree? Master's degree, same. You'll make some more money, but you got to go work for somebody. One thing I realized after I got out of school, it's like, look, degrees and education is to work for somebody. If you want to work for yourself, you don't need, if you want to own a company, you own a business, you don't really need all that. People do it all the time without it. Some people, you can start a lawn care business, and nothing is better than on-the-job training than actual work experience. That's great. That's really, really, once you get work experience, hey, I'm going to run circles around these people with education. So I've been doing the real job a long time. So, however, when these people get education, they're going to jump ahead, and they're going to start ahead of what you would normally think. Oh, man, they got this damn curfew going on out here. So, yeah, they've been rioting and acting a fool in Los Angeles. Now they got this damn curfew going on out here. So, anyway. But, yeah, somebody that, has a high school education, they can rise to the top, but somebody got to like it. It's a whole bunch of different things. It's not just education. But do you need one? The question of the night was, do you need a high school education to make it? I'm going to say no. Not in today's society. You got guys people who make it off of YouTube. You got people who make it off of all kind of stuff. Now, you need some basic education. You need to know how to count. You need to know how to read. You need to know how to comprehend. Because you can read all day, but that doesn't mean you can comprehend. A lot of people can read the words, but what does this mean? You remember comprehension. You remember when you in grade school, you got to read the passage, and then you got to either write a short answer or multiple choice and tell about what happened in that story. You can't just read it. Okay, I read it. Well, what does it mean? What does it say? What does this mean to you? You got to figure that out. You got to know what that means. But anyway, high school education, does it still matter? Look, I personally don't think they teach you what you need to know in high school. Number one, let's talk about the math. Let's talk about math. You should be learning credit. You should learn about credit in middle school. You should learn about good credit, bad credit in middle school. You should learn about loans, percentages in middle school. See, they'll never teach you about loans because they want you in debt. Why would they teach you about home loans? Why would they teach you any of those things? Because if you get smart and start knowing too much, now you're probably not going to take out as many loans. You're probably going to stay away from debt. And they make so much money off of this stuff. So they're not going to teach you any of that stuff. Why don't they teach real health? Real health. How do they teach? Do they teach you how to prevent high blood pressure in high school? I don't think so. Not that I know of. They teach you how to count calories. Teach you that fast food is bad for you. You probably shouldn't eat McDonald's 2 times a week. They don't tell you none of that stuff. Because all the stuff they would tell you are things that you would actually do, and they would make less money. Science. They teach you about science. Do they teach you to plant and science? Now, I just started shouting at my mom. I just got into gardening. I just planted some stuff yesterday. I'm doing well. If you haven't check out my garden video, my whole garden video I grew some stuff inside, transferred outside into some plants. It's doing really well. I'm starting some new stuff now. We're getting into that. But science, they don't teach you about no gardening. They don't teach you anything that's going to help you make money, save money, or keep them from making money. None of that stuff is taught to you in school. Like nutrition. You should learn about white sugar. But, oh man, if they start teaching about white sugar, then the kids are probably not going to get stuff out of the vending machine. They're not going to buy the sodas. They're not going to buy the candy. They're not going to buy none of that stuff. And then companies are going to cost money. It's going to cost the companies money, and then they're going to fold. So the important things that they need to teach you, they don't teach you. What about Job Corps? Job Corps shut down. Trump closed Job Corps. Job Corps is closed. And that's unfortunate. Job Corps, that's very unfortunate because a lot of people have gotten a lot of good opportunities out of Job Corps. Listen, everybody can't go to college, all right? Everybody can't go to college. Furthermore, everybody doesn't want to go to college. Look, some like electricians. Every building needs electricity. Electricians do that, right? Plumbing. Plumbing is very important. Now, you can start off as the plumber, but then as you move up, you got 6 or 7 plumbers that work for you. You own the trucks. You own all that stuff, and you just do the payroll and go get new business. That's your job. You do know how to plumb, but you don't do that. You can become a plumber. There's a lot of valuable jobs in society, and I don't care what job it is. Even to say, oh man, you're a custodian. You clean up. Okay, you started off as that. Now you got a whole janitorial company, and you got all the contracts in the city. You got 15 schools, and you got 40 people who clean up for you. Whatever you do. And that's one thing they don't teach you in high school or college. They don't teach you how to run no business. They don't teach you how to work for yourself. They do not teach you that. How do I do this for myself? How do I make $1 million? You got to figure that out on your own. They don't teach you that. And that's my gripe about education. Whether, high school education, college education, nobody teaches you how to get to the real big money. How do I own my own business? Entrepreneurship is not a class. And, well, it might be now. Maybe. But it's not a real class. Entrepreneurship is not a real class. And what will entrepreneurship class teach you? It would teach you the difference between LLCs. It would teach you between a S Corp, C Corp. It would teach you about paying taxes. It would teach you simple accounting so you can do the accounting for your business. It would teach you marketing, basic marketing. It would teach you business plans, basic stuff that you need to run a regular business. Those are things. Those are the things that it would teach you. But they don't teach you that. None of that. None of that. And even with your high school education, where are you qualified to work? Where can you really work? Where can you really work? They don't really, you can't even really get a great job out of high school. It's really hard. It's really hard to make $50,000 out of high school. Because nobody wants to hire you. Well, you don't have any skills. Teach me. Don't you have a training program? Because a lot of places, let me see. Where's the place I was looking at? Waffle House, Enterprise, Avis, what's the paint store? What's the store that sells paint? Help me out, chat. What is the store that sells Sherman Williams, Enterprise, Waffle House, Avis, and I want to say Armark. They all have management training programs. So they got programs. You do have to go to college to get in these programs, but they got programs where they put you on the fast track to do stuff, to go manage and do all these other things. So they got management trainee programs. I would think you can get cheap labor. You get some cats out of high school, man, you pay them some decent money. Oh, man. And you train them well, they'll be there for a long time. You move them up, they'll be there. They will be there. You can actually cultivate a workforce very young and grow and train them in a way that they'll work for your business and they know their processes and all that stuff because they've been working there since high school. Some people have been working places since high school and they haven't even doubled their income, which is rather unfortunate. However, some places, if you do that, you get some high school guys, you get a kid out of high school, he starts at 19. By the time he's 26, making like 70, 80,000, he might stick around for a long time. He might be your next whatever. But a lot of these jobs that high school kids used to work, the immigrants were working. You got grown people working these jobs now. What used to be a job? Fast food used to be a high school job. Not anymore. Waiting tables, being a waiter, that used to be like a high school job. Not anymore. Regular people work these jobs. What was the job? working at retail. You know, working in the mall, working at not Office Depot, Old Navy, working at American Eagle, all these places. These are high school jobs. Now you got grown people working there. It is what it is, you know. You can't. I mean, but you know, high school kids, they can't be there all the time because they gotta go to school. Excuse me. You can only get them full time in the summer, but yeah, I guess you do need adults working there. So it is what it is. But anyway, high school diploma. How much is it worth? How much is it worth? How much is it worth? Well, they said, like the stats said, $853 a week, $44,000 a year. I beg to differ. You know the right people, you can make way more money than that. Job growth for high school diploma holders. Top jobs that require only a high school diploma: truck drivers, construction laborers, security guards, customer service rep. You can make your way up as a customer service rep. Yes, you can. You sure can. Retail managers. You can make your way up as the retail manager. You can become retail manager. Then you mess around, become district manager, area manager. Now you're up in corporate. You become president or something like that. You can do that. Truck drivers, not so much. Construction laborers, it depends. If you learn the business well enough, you can go off and do it on your own somewhere else. Security guards, well, you can learn to create your own security company and do it yourself. Customer service rep, you can probably maneuver your way around into some other position in the company. Retail manager, same thing. You can maneuver your way around to something else in the company. Many of these roles offer starting pay between $17 and $25 an hour, especially with experience or union involvement. But automation and AI are eliminating low-skilled jobs at a fast rate. Cashiers, clerks, warehouse workers are at risk. Look, man, they're going to still need people there to manage that stuff. They're not about to just fire everybody. Nobody's going to be there. I refuse to believe it. What about on-the-job training? On-the-job training. Yes, that is on-the-job training. On-the-job training is very much. But people don't on-the-job train no more. They want you to come in and know everything. Or come in and just be ready to go. You know, people aren't very patient nowadays. They don't like to train you. They don't like to spend time and train people up and do it. Not that I see, because I've worked quite a few places. I work contract jobs, and, nobody wanted to train me. No. They were like, hey, do you know this or not? If not, we're going to get somebody else in here to borrow. I'm like, damn, you ain't going to do me like that? You ain't got to do me like that. Let's see. Average student loan debt in the United States, $38,000. Ouch. Cost of trade school, $5,000 to $15,000 total. Often no loans needed. High school grads who go straight into the workforce or trade avoid years of debt and often start earning sooner. Yeah. But some of these college jobs now, like some of these engineering jobs, they come out paying $100,000+. They're making good money. Good money. They're making really, really good money. Let's see. What management training? Let's see. Programs do companies offer for high school? Companies. Let's see. What management training programs do companies like offer to high school graduates? What management training programs do? Yep, let's see. I know there's some companies, because I know there's a ton of them for college graduates. Let's see. I knew of some places. Let's see. Walmart Academy and Management Training Program. Walmart Academy, eligibility, high school or equivalent path, entry level, department supervisor, assistant manager, store manager. Oh, that's bogus. But you can still move your way up. If you can run the store, you can go do something else. Pay progression. Store manager can make $100,000 per year at Walmart. Shit. Well, Walmart is a big store. You got a lot going on at Walmart. I can see that. Details. Offers leadership training, financial literacy, and on-the-job coaching. That's what I'm talking about. Program. Archways of Opportunity. McDonald's. Archways of Opportunity. That's the name of the program. Eligibility. Crew members. Many start after high school. Path. Shift leader, assistant manager, general manager. If you can make it a general manager, you can go do something somewhere else. Tuition assistance, GED completion, career advising. Some reach manager roles in 1 to 2 years. Amazon Career Choice Program. High school grads with 1 year at Amazon. Focus skills development for in-house or outside jobs. Path entry-level warehouse operations leader, area manager. There you go. Get the area manager. You can do something. Area managers earn between 60 and 90,000. Amazon prepays tuition and offers credential training. UPS. Package handler, supervisor, operations manager. You pay, they give you the money back. Part-time work, study, and training, full-time leadership roles. Home Depot, they have a path. Retail management programs, you go from sales associate, department lead, assistant store manager. Enterprise rental car. I named that before I even saw the list. Yes. Notably requires a degree, but some locations accept experienced high school grads for the same track. Service agent, management trainee, branch manager. Managers earn 60 plus in 2 to 3 years. Not bad. Yeah, Enterprise not bad. I had a friend that worked for Enterprise. My homeboy worked for Enterprise. But they worked the hell out of them, though. Enterprise going to work your ass. They going to get that work out you. But yeah, those are some of the training programs for high school students. What about the military? What about the military? Now I'll get to the military in a second. Yeah, military is different. Military is that's a whole lifestyle right there. Military is different, but yes, you can go to the military out of high school, and God knows how far you can go. You can go really far in the military, really, really far in the military. You can really go far in the military, do a lot of things, change your life. And they're going to, whatever you do, train you to do whatever depending on what branch you go in, whatever you're going to do. But yeah, military is always a great option, especially if you, go to college first, you become an officer, then go into the military. Great. Awesome. Really, really, really good opportunity for you. So, military is a good option. What else? Of course, college, but college costs money, but you can get some scholarships and loans. You just got to work your butt off. You really got to be out here applying. You really have to be out involved in the community, keep your ear to the ground to get scholarships, but you can get some money. You can get some real money to pay for college. You really can. You just got to really be out here hustling for it. You got to really be out there hustling, writing essays, keeping your ear to the ground, find out what programs are, and just, putting your name in every hat. You may not get them all, but if you get enough of them, great. That's what you want. So you can definitely go to college for free if you really work on the scholarship game. Get your scholarship game up, y'all. Get your scholarship game up. High school. I thought, me personally, now speaking of high school, we're talking about professions. Let's talk about what they teach you in high school. Not what they don't teach you, what they do teach you. They teach you, algebra. Where can you square anything? Where can you put anything to the third power in life? Where? 9 to the third power is what? 27? Where can I do that in real life? Nowhere. No. 15 squared? 30? Okay, great. Where can I square money? You can't do nothing. That stuff don't even exist in the real world. You should have learned about percentages, time value of money. You should have learned about debt. Those are the things, that's the kind of math that you need to know. Math that's going to keep you not from being broke and keep you out the hole. That's the kind of math you need. But they don't teach that kind of math. Oh, no. They don't teach that kind of math. Absolutely not. No, the hell they don't. They don't teach you that kind of math at all. They teach you, circumference. Why do I need to know what the circumference is of anything? Why do I need to know that? You change the light bulbs in your house, you need to know the circumference of that? No. You eating some oranges, you need to know the circumference of that? No. You need to know the circumference of your tires on your car? No. You don't need that. They teach you about your useless stuff. Now, English, yes. I do think English is valuable. You need to be able to write and speak and comprehend. Very, very valuable. Math is valuable. It's just the type of math they was teaching us. The type of math they teach, I don't think is very valuable in society. History, yes. You still need to learn history. They're not going to teach you the history that you need to know. They're not going to teach you history of any law or anything like that. You're not going to go over any old court cases, anything that might make you get wise and hip to what's going on out here in society. They're not teaching that. And science. I still know the cell structure. You had the one of the things I still remember. I'm gonna pull it up, see if it's still right. The cell. Remember the cell? You had the plant cell, animal cell. Plant cell has a cell wall. Animal cell doesn't. You have the ribosomes. You have the cell membrane. You have the lysosomes. You have. Oh man, let me look it up. Man, let me look up there. Give me a diagram of a cell. Give me the diagram of a plant. I'm sorry. This is the useless stuff they taught me in school, and I'm just trying to see if I remember. Give me the diagram of a plant and an animal cell. I still remember this stuff. Plant and animal stuff. Anyway, chemistry. When are you going to balance the equation? When you balance an equation anywhere, no, it's looking for it. Whatever. It's taking a while. I don't care. You're not balancing the equation. So a lot of that stuff you just don't use. It's just they don't teach you anything like that. Oh yes, my main man Josh Brown. What's going on? They don't teach you that it's math formulas for buying real estate. That's true. They damn sure don't teach you investing in stocks and what like that. No. You don't learn nothing about no dividends. Nothing about that. Nothing about straddles. Nothing about trading. Nothing about trading. None of those things. How to dividends. You got your that's the only word I can think of right now. You got dividends. You got PE ratio. All kind of stuff. A lot of stuff. A lot of stuff pertaining to stocks. Now listen, if everybody invested in the stock market, you'd think people make more money, but some people will not invest in the stock market. Some people, and that's an investment. Some people will buy a scratch off every single day of their life and never invest $1. Do you know how much that scratch off money can go? You know how far that scratch off money can go? Do you know how far that scratch off money can go? You go to the military, they train you. Yep, they train you. They teach you everything you know. Yeah, you don't need no training. They're going to tell you everything you need to know in the military. Military, they're going to train you, feed you, house you, everything you need. And they pay you. Great deal. College, you pay for your food, you pay for your dorms, you pay for your books. They teach you. You're on your own. You're on your own. Don't I know? Education, high school education, college education is so high. I wonder what a college education is going to cost in 30 years. How much is it going to cost? I mean, it's going to be something for only wealthy people can afford it. Man, cost of college is really, really expensive. It goes up. It's really, really high. And then you got to go to school for something that you can use. Some people go to school for, they major in things that they can't really use. No benefit to you. You got to major in something that's going to benefit you long term. I picked accounting because I knew I can always find a job in accounting. I always find jobs on accounting. Not always the jobs I want. But, you're trying to turn comedy into accounting, full time. But anyway, speaking of which, man, head over to cheapnotbroke.com. Grab over to cheapnotbroke.com. Grab yourself some merchandise. Grab yourself a shirt. Grab yourself something. Help support the channel. All your support is very much needed and appreciated. All right, back to the record schedule program. Education, but all the subjects they teach you in school are what am I going to do with this? Like Josh Brown said, they don't teach you about real estate. They don't teach you about investing. They don't teach you about percentages because it's always a percent. Oh, what's 6% of this? What's 6% of that? Or, your credit card interest rate is 26%. They don't teach you about that. They don't teach you how to budget. How do you budget? They don't teach you emotional management, how to manage your emotions. A lot of people go to jail because they can't, handle their emotions. They go off the deep end and screw themselves up. A lot of that kind of stuff. So they don't teach you a lot. They should teach you, they should teach you about relationships. How do you deal with the relationship? Because everybody, you have a relationship with your mom, your dad. You have a relationship with your significant other. You have a relationship with your boss. You have relationships all over the place. You should really learn how to manage and deal with relationships. Some people think it's all about them, and it's terrible trying to have a relationship with this person because they're very selfish. It's always about them. But you should be taught about relationships. But they don't want that. If more people discuss relationships, you're taught more about a relationship, more people stay together longer. But then they wouldn't be making all the money off people splitting up. So then it's not going to do it. If it's going to cost them money and take money out their pocket, it's not going to do it. And all the things I said is going to take money out of their pocket. Because that means people are getting smarter. They're not going to do the foolishness. But they're not banking on that. So, that's what it is. That's what it is. Let's go to commercial break. We're going to go to break. And we're going to be right back. Here we go. Okay, education. We're talking education. Does your education mean something? Does your high school education mean something? Well, like I said, but more so off of the education part. Relationships. You want to go far in the world? You need to know some people. Hell, you can have no education and meet the right people and get put in the right position. Because if you meet somebody, they own the company, who cares? It's not required by law for you to have an education to do a lot of jobs. It's just suggested. It's preferred, but not required. So if somebody want to hire you with no college education and they think you can get the job done and you get the job done, you start doing well, bam, and you have made it off a relationship. So let's not forget that, because even in college, even in high school, your relationships matter. A lot of these people who've gone off and run these billion-dollar corporations, they had a buddy from college or somebody like that. Relationship. That's what they need to teach you. I just said that a second ago. They need to teach you about relationship. Relationships are very valuable. You need relationships. You need people. If you don't know nobody, good luck trying to make it in the world. You need to know some people. You go to the military, they will send you to college. If you want to go, you got to go. You got to go. It's up to you to go. And go for something that you need. And then, something that I know now, that I saw this young lady, she was talking about it on TikTok, how to get your VA loan. She got her VA loan and used it as a rental property. So she took her first VA loan, got a house, rented it out, made money from that, and then bought another house. And she just used the VA loan to start, her real estate portfolio. Now she's like well off in the real estate. She's still in the military, but she's well into real estate, does very, very well, gives a lot of stuff. Yep, your network is your net worth. That's right, your network is your net worth. Who you know. You got to know some people. How is such getting all this good shit? Because they know some folk. They know people. You got to know some people too. If you want to get by, you want to get ahead in life, know some people. Got some contact. You need some contacts. You need to know people. It's very important. And some people neglect their relationships. And some people only want to be around people they're comfortable with. You got to be around some people who you're uncomfortable with, that make you uncomfortable, that push you to do bigger and better things in life. Some people don't push you to do bigger and better things. You can be sitting around twiddling your thumbs, poor. You don't want to do that. So, make sure you meet some good people. Go to networking events. Whatever you're trying to get into, go to some networking events, meet some people, get your name out there. It's very important. You never know. Comedy. I'm a comedian. Half of the work I get is from networking. I get a phone call. It's not like I'm in some big ass database and everybody just know who I am. No, I get a phone call. Hey man, what's going on? You got a show? You free for a show? Just me. Like I go through my database and no, I don't. I just go through people I know, and that's how I book my comedy shows. I book people I know and I work with. I don't just go book a bunch of people I haven't seen. I don't usually see comedians like once or twice and book them. Yes, I do. Yeah, I do. But but we met and you were funny, you were cool, so I booked you on the show. That's how that works. But anyway, net worth is your net worth. Josh Brown, thank you. Thank you for that. And Mr. Johnny Hall, thank you. Yeah, college will send you to military, will send you to college. So you got some options. Like I said, if you do have a high school diploma, you're probably going to have to get in some type of program. Probably going to have to know somebody to get some help. But it's possible. And location. Depending on where you at, because some people in buttfuck Egypt, they don't have nothing. There's no opportunities there. Some people are in places where there's not opportunity. Sometimes you gotta move and leave. So it doesn't matter how educated you are. If you're not in a place where there's many people around and you don't know nobody, you can't capitalize on networking. You're stuck. So sometimes being where your location is will hold you back. I graduated from school in North Carolina. I hung around for like 2-3 years. Nothing shook for me. I had to go. I had to leave. Do you want your VA loan too? Of course I was. Of course I do. We'll talk about that offline. But yeah. Yep, there it is. There it is. I lost my train of thought. Anywho, we're gonna get into some that good stuff. Some of that good is it's time for Interesting Dose. Intro 2. I like it, but it could be so much better. So much better. All right. Let's talk about it. What the hell is going on today? Well, one of the first things I saw on the news today, thought was pretty funny. I don't know if this is real, true, or not true. Could be, maybe, who knows. But President Trump is trying. I don't know if they're gonna let him do it. Trump's trying to sell a mobile phone for $500. Why Trump's mobile $499 smartphone likely won't be made in the United States? What? Not Mr. Tariff. Not him making it in China. Well, look, it was cheaper there. Listen, we only get our parts from China. Everything else is made in the USA. By the way, we have the best phone. Other people had the Obama phone. It was free. It was no good. Mine is the best on the market. Better than Apple. Better than a real Apple. Actually, better than a real Apple. I like doing my Trump. I got to get better at it. Trump's new mobiles vow to make a $499 gigabit smartphone in the United States by the summer, with some specs exceeded high-end Apple phones, and for a fraction of the price. Has industry experts calling it fool's gold. The T1 phone, touted by President Trump's sons Eric and Donald Jr., will feature a 6.8-inch AMOLED screen, 256 gigs of storage, not bad, with expandable memory. Ooh, that's where you got me. Now, expandable memory, hey, because they don't let you expand the memory no more. Hey, now that's okay. That's interesting right there. That's different. That's interesting because they stop expanding the memory because they want you to buy a new phone or whatever. Anyway, and a 50 megapixel rear camera array according to its websites. Apple's iPhone 16 Pro Max, which is mainly made in China, offers a 6.8-inch screen and a 256 gigabyte storage, but the rear camera maxes out at 48 pixels and it costs $1,199. Hell no. This is absolutely no way you can make it to the screen. No, there's absolutely no way you could make that the screen, get the memory and the camera, battery, everything in the U.S. Trail Dongling, a St. Johns Hopkins business professor, told Wall Street Journal. Now, I'm going to tell you right now. I'm going to tell you what's going to happen right now. Let me get my camera right. I'm going to tell you right now. Let me get on. I want y'all to see me when I tell you this. Let me tell you what's going to happen. I'm going to tell you exactly what the hell going to happen. Listen to me good. Should you get this phone? No. Here's why. If the phone bill is late, you're going to get deported. They're going to deport your ass. ICE is going to come get you. If you late on the phone bill, you got to go. They're going to get deported. What? You late on the phone payment, you're going to get deported. No, this is a setup. I think this is a way to deport American citizens. Because if you don't pay the bill or if you don't pay for the phone, he's going to deport you. And he's going to make you go work somewhere else till you pay the phone off. I don't think so. This is a bad idea. No, Donald Trump is going to deport American citizens that don't pay the phone bill. That was going to happen. He's going to, hey. That was gonna happen. I'm trying to tell you. You heard it here first. You're gonna get deported. They're gonna send your ass home. Well, but wait a minute. This is home. Not no more. Get out of here. Goodbye. Wait, no. That was gonna happen. I'm trying to tell you. You heard it here first. Donald Trump is gonna be deporting American citizens for not paying their phone bill. He gonna track you. He gonna come get you. You heard it here first. All right. Next story. Oh man. I might write that down. I might work on that. That might be a bit for the stage. McDonald's settles Byron Allen's $10 billion lawsuit alleging chain refused to advertise with black-owned media. McDonald's has settled a $10 billion lawsuit by the media entrepreneur Byron Allen, accusing the fast food chain of racial stereotyping by excluding black-owned media from its advertising budget. Friday's settlement between McDonald's and two of Allen's companies, Entertainment Studios Networks and the Weather Group, averts a scheduled July 15 trial in Los Angeles federal court. Averts a $100 million. The trial is supposed to be July 15th. It also revolves Allen's related $100 million lawsuit against McDonald's in Los Angeles Superior Court. Damn, Byron trying to take all their money. McDonald's said it buys ads at market value from Allen's companies in a manner that aligns with its advertising strategy and commercial objectives. In a statement, Allen's company said, "We acknowledge McDonald's commitment to investing in black-owned media properties and increasing access to opportunity. Our differences are behind us." Hell yeah, because they paid you. They cut that damn check. Allen accused McDonald's of falsely labeling Entertainment Studios as a media company that produces only content for solely black viewers, co-signing its own de minimis ad budget for those viewers instead of general ad budget. He accused McDonald's of lying when it pledged in 2021 to boost national ad spending with those media up to 5% from 2% in 2024. Well, McDonald's damn sure be marketing to black people. That's one group of people they market to, black people. I've been to quite a few events, and McDonald's was giving out free food, free fries, and a cheeseburger. McDonald's is trying to get black people. They trying to, you know what it is. Allen said he replied on a pledge that when seeking business from McDonald's only to be rebuffed, and that his Allen Media Group represented more than 90% of black-owned media. Damn! You sue somebody not for doing business with you? Look, I don't like you. I don't want to do business with you. It ain't because you're black. It's because you. You just happen to be black. But if you're white, orange, gray, green, or purple, still want to do business with you. But nah, that's not how it works. So shout out to Byron Allen. He done beat McDonald's. Maybe they give you a free cheeseburger for life or something, boss. I don't know. $100 billion. How much he got? I wonder how much he got. If he was $100 billion and they settled, it had to be settled for something good. It had to be settled for something good. Vice Media. I don't know if you guys watch Vice TV. Viceland, I watch it. They got some good stories. If you don't, you should give it a try. Go check out some Viceland. They do some really good journalism. They tell you some stories that you wouldn't hear on the news. Anyway, Vice Media hires former NBC marketing executive for CEO role as it studio plans turnaround. I like Vice. Adam Stokey, a longtime NBC Universal executive, has taken the helm at Vice Media and plans to lead a turnaround focused on the embattled media conglomerate studio and advertising divisions, according to a report on Monday. Under his lead, the Counterculture Media Group will focus on original documentaries, dramas, and podcasts. It's like a popular British crime drama, Gangs of London, blah, blah, blah. I don't care about that. The focus of storytelling can build that long term. Man, Vice, they cut their budget, man. Vice has some good shows. Vice has some really good shows. But they cut the budget. They cut them all. Oh, yeah. I thought the president can't do any business deals while in office. That's what I thought. I thought the same thing. But I guess he's going to try to I think he's going to try to do it up on the shell company. He's going to try to separate himself from it, but he can't call it a Trump phone. You can't call it a Trump phone, and he can't advertise. He can't have nothing to do with the phone. Because you know what? The Magna people going to go get them phone. But damn, I got me a Trump phone. I'm gonna call him up. I'm gonna call him up and see if he gonna pick up the phone. Got me a damn Trump phone, $599. It's doing good. You know, they gonna go get them damn Trump phone. Y'all gonna go get the Trump phone? If Trump come out with a phone, are you going to go get the Trump phone? Drop a comment. Let me know. Are you going to do a Trump phone? But yes, Josh, you are absolutely right. I thought a president cannot do business while he's in office. He can't. He can't. But this guy, he does what the hell he wants to do. So, how is an American going to be deported? Shoot. With the phone. They're going to say you didn't. They're going to write the new law. You didn't pay your bill. You got to go. You didn't pay your bill. Get your ass up out of here. That's what they're going to do. You got to go. So if you don't pay your bill, Trump phone, you got to go. You got to be gone. No Trump phone, be gone. Get your ass up out of here. That's what they're going to tell you. Ooh. Capital One. I like lounges. Capital One opens. Let's go. Let me share my screen. Get back to it with y'all. This it? Bam. There we go. Boom. Capital One opens swanky new lounge at JFK with cheesemonger, champagne at sunset, and arsenal sodas. Ooh. Travelers passing through JFK have a luxurious new oasis thanks to the flagship Capital One Lounge, the bank's most and largest and busiest lounge yet. 13,000 square feet at Terminal 4 opens to the general public on Thursday. The lounge aims to give well-heeled Capital One credit card holders a lavish mix of Manhattan flair, culinary indulgence, and 24 amenities. Shit, I got a Capital One card. Can I go? We really lean into New York area style and inspiration, and with the design space, Jim Truth, Vice President of Capital One Lounge Retail Experience. Ooh, this is nice. Look at that. That's plush. They got the sushi bar up here. That's real plush. I hope children aren't allowed. That's going to really ruin the experience. Look at that. Oh, man, that's nice. No, real nice. Yeah, real nice. Real nice. A multi-tap system also offers rotating sectional arsenal sodas with flavored waters. That's nice. The lounge centerpiece is hanging glass sculpture by Shakanoff, custom lighting symbolizing the Manhattan's vibrant energy in Central Park, blah, blah, blah. But look at this. We don't care about all that. Look at this. Is real nice. Cheesemonger. Oh, I'm thinking that's going to be like the cheeseburger place where you get cheeseburgers at. Coffee, cheesemonger. Okay. Not bad. I like that. I need to see if I can get to Capital One Lounge. Damn it, I want to go. Because American Express ain't everywhere, and I be losing sometimes. I don't know. No one is checking the president. He fired most of the people who should challenge him. Yes, he did. And they got to change the law, so you can't do that. You can't just get in and fire everybody that you don't like. Speaking of which, I saw this interesting article about they fired a lot of people from the CDC. So they're not doing as many health inspections as they need to. So, wash your hands, wash your ass, make sure you stay clean, ladies and gentlemen. And remember, don't be above a mask. Never be above a mask. I wear a mask on. One thing that came from COVID is me wearing a mask on the airplane. It's been 5 years since COVID. I still wear a mask on the plane. Shit. People be coughing and stuff. I wear a mask in the airport. Nope. Not gonna get me sick. No, sir. A lot of people don't cover their mouth. Just, man, what you talking about? You gonna cough over here. That stuff gonna whip back around over my side. Get your ass about the way. I don't like that. I do not like people who cough and don't cover their mouth. I think that's disgusting. I think that's filthy. I think that's very inconsiderate. I don't like it. And I do like this. I don't care. I don't care what you see. Somebody sneeze? That's nasty. I say something. I don't care. Keep that stuff to yourself. That is gross. Ugh. And ladies and gentlemen, there we have it. That's our show for tonight. That is our show. High school diploma. Is it worth it? Can you still get something with it? Yes, as we've seen, there are some programs with it, but you got to know some people and you got to live in the same location. It's a conglomerate of things that have to happen to ensure that you are successful after high school. You can go to college, end up in a bunch of student loan debt. You go get a bullshit degree and you don't have nothing to show for it. It can happen. You don't want to do that. Go to school for something that you can really get some money for. And there's nothing wrong with a trade. You can always learn, start as a trade as a, damn it, what's the name? Apprentice. There we go. Start as an apprentice and end up as the manager, end up as the CEO. You never know. You work hard, people like you, you can move on up. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be back. We're going to be back. When are we going to be back? When are we going to be back? We're going to be back on Friday. What the hell? Wait a minute. Okay. Got it. Yeah, we're going to be back on Wednesday. Wednesday night rant. I was looking for something. What the hell is my damn outro? All my outros are messed up and disappeared and shit like that. I don't know what's going on with that. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back on Wednesday. Wednesday for the Wednesday rant. We'll be back for the Wednesday rant. Where the hell is my outro? I don't know where this stuff is. Anyway, we'll be back on Wednesday for the Wednesday rant. Make sure you tune in. Juneteenth is Thursday, but we still got a show. We still got a show to do on Thursday, Juneteenth. So look out for that. And yeah, oh damn it, that's why I got the wrong. I'm wondering why is this not working? Okay, yes, we got Thursday, so we'll be back Wednesday for the Wednesday rant. Please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I'm not sure who is in Ireland, but I appreciate y'all going to the channel and shopping it up. Hey, I've been getting a lot of orders from Ireland. They love me over there, so I love y'all too. Appreciate you. Appreciate your business. Appreciate you shopping with Cheap Not Broke. And everybody else, you can too. Just head on over cheapnotbroke.com. Until then, Wednesday night, Cheap Not Broke. Live life at your price. You can also follow my comedy at Malcolm Hall Comedy on TikTok and YouTube. So I got another YouTube channel, my stand-up comedy. Go check it out. Get your laugh on. All right, everybody. I'll see you Wednesday night. Take care. Oh, shit. Nope. Damn it, it's supposed to be the outro. This is not the outro. You know what, man? This outro thing is really been getting on my damn nerves. Hold on. I got to get the outro together, y'all. Oh, my bad. My bad. I'm trying to produce the show, shoot the show, all this stuff. But hey, we going to get it right. Where the hell is it? Where are you? Okay, here we go. We're heading out. Peace.